Welcome to the deep dive. I am truly excited to unpack one of the most pressing and frankly paradigm-shifting topics in the digital world today.
It really is a big one. Hard to ignore right now.
Absolutely. For years, search engine optimization, or SEO, it's been the bedrock, right? The go-to strategy for getting your content seen online.
The absolute cornerstone for so many businesses.
But now, with the rapid ascent of generative artificial intelligence and these large language models, LLMs, they're fundamentally reshaping how people find information.
Completely changing the user experience, yeah.
Which brings us to this monumental question. Is SEO truly dead? Or perhaps are we just measuring the wrong things entirely?
That's exactly the question on everyone's lips. The landscape isn't just shifting. It feels like a seismic transformation. We're watching an entire industry rewrite its playbook in real time.
In real time, yeah.
Many of the old assumptions, about how we engage with search, how we measure online presence, they need a fundamental reevaluation.
So it's less about SEO being dead.
It's exactly. Less about death, much more about its profound evolution. Sometimes exciting, sometimes, frankly, a bit terrifying.
Huh. Yeah, I can see that.
But we've gathered some fantastic sources today that really help illuminate this new frontier. They give us a crucial lens to understand these changes.
Absolutely. Our deep dive today is built on some really sharp insights. We're looking at measuring GEO, what's trackable now and what's still missing by Jason Tabling,
A great piece.
and thriving in the AI era of search. Realign, measure, collaborate by Greg Jarboe.
Also excellent. They really frame the challenge well.
They do. These aren't just articles. They feel more like roadmaps, helping us explore what we can track right now, what's still frustratingly elusive.
The knowns and the unknowns.
Exactly. And how we, as marketers, content creators, business leaders, how we need to adapt. Our mission today is to give you a shortcut to understanding this complex, fast-moving shift.
To arm you with the knowledge to thrive, not just survive, in this AI-driven search era.
Precisely. So what does this all mean for your digital strategy? Let's really unpack this. Okay, let's start right at the epicenter of this seismic shift. Our sources make it unequivocally clear. Generative AI, especially these powerful large language models, they're fundamentally transforming how consumers discover brands.
How they find answers, how they interact with information online. It's not just a minor tweak.
No, definitely not. It's not just another algorithm update. This is a complete reimagining of the search experience. For decades, it was pretty consistent, right? You type a query.
You get the 10 blue links.
Yeah, the list of 10 blue links, and then you sift through websites trying to find your answer.
That whole model is it's rapidly giving way to something entirely different now, driven by AI.
Exactly. This transformation of discovery, it's not minor, it's not a slight tweak, it's a fundamental paradigm shift in user behavior, user expectation.
Right. Instead of meticulously sifting through multiple sites, piece by piece, LLMs are designed to do that heavy lifting for you.
They synthesize information from all over the web.
Vast amounts, and present direct, often really comprehensive answers. To simple questions, complex questions.
Think about it. Capital of France. You don't want 10 links that might have the answer.
You just want Paris, instantly.
And generative AI takes that direct answer capability and applies it super broadly. Factual recall, product comparisons, even explaining complex stuff.
It's like an instant gratification machine for information, which is, what users increasingly expect.
And this leads to a really crucial point from Jason Tabling's Measuring GEO. The goal for users interacting with these engines is often a zero-click answer.
Zero-click, meaning they get the info they need directly from the generative engine, Google's AI overview, ChatGPT, Perplexity, whatever it is.
Without ever needing to click through to a website.
Exactly. And that's the game changer for anyone creating content or marketing online.
It implies that the traditional goal, getting someone to land on your website for info, might just be bypassed entirely by the AI.
You could provide the perfect answer, the source data, but the user never actually sets foot on your digital doorstep. They get the synthesized answer and move on.
Right. And this directly impacts what we've traditionally aimed for with SEO. For so long, the goal was ranking high, right? Position 1.
Assuming that click-through rate would naturally follow. That was the logic.
But measuring GEO highlights this crucial distinction. The new objective in Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO, isn't just ranking high. It's about being cited.
Cited as a credible source within the generative response itself.
That's a profound shift. It's not about appearing in a list the user might scan.
No, it's about being seen as authoritative, trustworthy enough for the AI to directly reference your content. maybe quoting it, summarizing it, linking to it.
So instead of being the top link someone might click, you're becoming more like the trusted academic source the AI uses to build its answer.
Exactly. That's a fundamentally different challenge. For anyone who's ever optimized for keywords, written meta descriptions, obsessed over links,
It means your content isn't just seen, it's consumed, processed, repurposed by the AI itself.
which demands a new level of credibility, structure, clarity in your content.
Yeah.
Like your example, the financial institution explaining tax law.
Right. The goal isn't just the click, it's for Google's AI overview to quote your precise explanation when someone asks.
That's the new benchmark of success in many ways. But what's fascinating and immediately challenging here is that this shift creates a huge data problem for marketers.
A data problem. How so?
Well, generative engines, unlike traditional Google search, which, for years gave us a wealth of data on keywords, volumes, user behavior, these new engines reveal far less.
Ah, the black box issue.
Exactly. Platforms like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, even Google's AI overviews, they largely function as black boxes. They don't offer public APIs sharing query volumes.
Or detailed insights into their decision-making, why they chose that source.
Precisely. That's a massive blind spot. For decades, SEO was data-driven. We had tools, Keyword Planner, SEMrush, RFs, telling us search volumes for specific terms.
Best running shoes for flat feet. How to fix a leaky faucet. You knew the demand.
And you use that hard data to inform everything: content strategy, topic selection, keyword density.
Now it feels like that foundational data source is just evaporated. We're navigating in a fog.
Totally. This opacity makes it incredibly difficult to guide strategy in that granular, data-backed way we're used to. We're operating with fewer, less reliable signals.
It's like trying to navigate a new city without a map, just vague directions.
That's a good analogy. And it's not just philosophical. These LLMs, they operate on billions, trillions of parameters. They learn patterns in ways that don't produce easily interpretable rules.
So reverse engineering why a piece of content was chosen is incredibly hard.
Extremely hard. Which raises the fundamental question for all of us. How do we adapt our measurement strategies when the traditional data streams are drying up?
And the very nature of user interaction is changing so dramatically.
It requires a complete reevaluation of what success looks like and, crucially, what we can actually track.
Okay, so if the old reliable metrics are becoming less, well, reliable, what can we measure? What are the new signals of success in this generative AI landscape?
That's the key question. What are the new constellations to guide us?
Our sources do give us a solid foundation, right? Metrics that are already emerging, helping us understand if our content is actually making an impact.
Exactly. While the landscape is evolving incredibly fast and more sophisticated tools will emerge, there are several core indicators we can track today. These are the current signposts.
Okay, so what's number one?
The first and arguably the most foundational GEO metric is AI mentions and citation rate.
Right, being mentioned or linked in the AI response.
Precisely. The goal isn't just appearing in a list, but being explicitly mentioned or linked as a credible source within that generative response, like in Google AI overviews.
It's like the AI itself is vouching for your content's quality.
Yes, a high citation rate. That's the new equivalent of achieving position 1 in traditional search. It signifies the engine recognizes your content as authoritative, trustworthy, directly useful.
And are there tools emerging for this?
Yes. Tools and analytics platforms are rapidly emerging to track these specific mentions, so it's becoming more actionable. If you're a health website, you want to be cited when someone asks about a symptom, for instance.
But it's not just any mention, right?
Good point. It's important to note, being mentioned is only one factor. You also need accuracy and positive sentiment. A mention that misrepresents you or is inaccurate could actually be harmful.
So being cited favorably and accurately.
That's the key. It's validation by the AI.
Okay, so validation. But even with zero-click answers, people still sometimes need to dive deeper, don't they? More context, a specific product.
Absolutely. And that's where the second metric comes in, referral traffic from generative engines.
The actual clicks you get from the AI response.
Exactly. While AI aims for zero-click, it often still provides source links for users who want to explore further. Tracking this referral traffic is vital. It shows direct, tangible value. Website visits.
How do you track that specifically?
By carefully segmenting traffic in your analytics platform, GA4, Adobe Analytics, whatever you use, you can see which engines, maybe even which specific AI overview mentions, are driving users to your site.
Ah, so you can see what's actually working in terms of driving traffic.
Precisely. It helps you double down on content that delivers measurable returns, Quantify the tangible impact of LLMs on your business, moving beyond just theoretical influence.
Makes sense. If someone gets a summary but clicks through for your white paper, that's a clear win.
A trackable win.
Okay, so Mez mentions referral traffic. But how do we understand our overall presence? Beyond just one citation, how often are we the go-to source for the AI?
That leads directly to share of voice and AI responses. This goes beyond just counting citations.
It's about frequency and prominence.
Exactly. How often and how prominently does your brand or content appear in AI responses for a defined set of target queries?
Like the hotel example. Not just if they were mentioned, but how often for best family hotels in Chicago.
Precisely. A high share of voice signals your content is consistently chosen as a primary source. You're establishing authority in that topic or niche.
So you're part of the AI's consistent answer set, not just a one-off link.
Right. It speaks to your broader authoritative presence in the AI's mind, so to speak.
And you mentioned prominence. It's not just if or how often, but where you land in the citation, like led source versus buried link.
Exactly. That brings us to content prominence and location and response. Generative engine structure answers key points, summaries, lists, tables.
Where your content appears within that structure matters.
Immensely. Are you the first source cited in the summary? Or buried at the bottom in additional resources?
That must signal different levels of trust from the AI.
Absolutely. Tracking this position and prominence offers a much more nuanced view of success. It indicates the engine's perception of your authority and relevance, being in the initial summary. That implies higher trust, greater utility.
And probably a greater chance of influencing the user or even getting that click-through.
Definitely. It's a much stronger signal.
Okay, this gives us a solid starting point. AI mentions, referral traffic, share of voice, content prominence, tangible metrics we can work with, build strategies around.
A new toolkit for the AI era.
But our sources also highlight the significant blind spots, the really valuable insights that are still stubbornly out of reach. And this is where it gets really interesting and maybe a little frustrating.
Indeed. While we have that foundation, the true value for advanced optimization for really strategic decisions lies in unlocking those elusive metrics, the ones still out of reach.
The blind spots.
These blind spots make it incredibly challenging to precisely replicate success and fully justify the investment needed for GEO. Without them, we're still doing a lot of guesswork.
Hitting a moving target in the dark, yeah.
One of the most critical missing pieces is the problem of search or prompt volume.
Ah, the cornerstone of traditional SEO, keyword search volume.
Absolutely. It underpinned almost every content decision. Tools like Keyword Planner, SEMrush, Ahrefs, the Dave estimates how many people search for X per month.
And that data let you prioritize topics, understand intent, forecast traffic.
It was the North Star for content planning. You knew the demand.
Yeah, that data was gold. Knowing best running shoes for flat feet, had 10,000 searches told you where to focus, predicted ROI even. Now, with generative AI.
It feels like it vanished into thin air. That traditional keyword model just doesn't translate to generative engines for crucial reasons.
Like the closed ecosystems.
Exactly. First, these platforms, ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, even the models behind AI overviews, they are black boxes, closed ecosystems.
Unlike Google search, which still gives some keyword data.
Right. These platforms don't offer public APIs sharing query volumes or detailed prompt data. What users ask them remains proprietary, internal. We have no external way to gauge demand or trends at scale like before.
It's a vast repository of user intent we just can't tap into.
And secondly, maybe even more fundamentally, conversational queries totally change the game.
People don't just type keywords anymore.
No. User prompts are rarely simple keywords. Instead of best pizza New York, it's what are the best pizza places in New York open late with outdoor seating near Times Square for gluten-free?
Yeah, much more specific and long form.
The sheer variety, length, specificity. It makes them almost impossible to categorize or count like traditional keywords. Imagine trying to aggregate volume for every possible variation.
It's an unpredictable spectrum of inputs. How do you aggregate data or spot trends?
Exactly. It makes traditional keyword research and competitive analysis incredibly difficult. How do you infer intent when every prompt is a unique snowflake?
So we can't tell how many people are asking something, but we also can't tell why the AI chose our content. That's a double whammy.
It absolutely is. Beyond volume, some of the most valuable insights for improving strategy are missing, like the why behind a citation.
We see when we're cited, but not why.
Exactly. Was it a specific phrase, a unique data point, structured data, overall authority, EEAT signals.
The AI says, I use this, but gives no feedback on how it decided. That must be infuriating for optimizers.
It's a significant challenge because, as we said, LLMs are opaque neural networks. Their internal decision-making is incredibly complex, hard to reverse engineer.
So replicating success is tough.
Very difficult.
Hmm.
You might get cited for one piece, which is great, but without knowing the triggers, developing a precise, repeatable optimization strategy is hindered, becomes more experimental, less predictable.
You can hypothesize and test, maybe? Focus on unique data, good formatting.
You can and should test focusing on well-sourced data, clear formatting. But without direct feedback, it remains an informed guess.
Okay, and then there's the attribution problem.
Yes, the pervasive issue of attribution in multi-source synthesis. Generative engines often blend info from multiple sources into one answer,
Right, they might pull a statistic from you, a description from a competitor, reviews from somewhere else.
all woven seamlessly together. In that case, it's nearly impossible to measure each source's individual weight or contribution.
If your stat is used alongside a competitor's narrative, who gets the credit for the impact?
Exactly. How do you assign credit accurately? This lack of granular attribution makes it exceptionally hard to assign definitive value to your GEO efforts, justify investment, and develop advanced attribution models.
So we have this mix, what we can track. Citations, referrals, share of voice, prominence.
And what remains a frustrating mystery: query volume, the why of citation, precise attribution.
This clearly signals we absolutely cannot just keep doing what we've always done and expect to win.
No way. Which brings us to our second source, Greg Jarbo's article, and the urgent need for massive adaptation.
Yeah, the shift isn't just about new tools or tweaking strategies, it's a complete mindset change, a fundamental realignment. Jarbo's analogy is fantastic. Hollywood pivoting from silent films to talkies.
It's a perfect parallel. Think about that revolution. Overnight, the entire industry had to relearn its craft.
Actors needed clear diction, not just expressive faces. Writers had to master dialogue. Sound engineers became crucial.
Filming techniques changed for microphones. It was a total overhaul because audience expectations fundamentally changed.
And that's like search and marketing right now. The industry is forced to adapt overnight. Like 2011 when social media shook things up.
Right. Back then, SEOs had to learn about social signals, sharing dynamics, community engagement. Now, with generative AI, the change feels even more profound.
Because it alters how information is consumed and what content gets surfaced.
Exactly. So the question for everyone, individuals, large organizations, is who will thrive? And the answer lies in adapting skills, breaking down silos, mastering new metrics, and fostering deep collaboration.
Being nimble, forward-thinking, ready to embrace new ways of working.
Absolutely. Which means we can't just stick to our old roles if the customer journey is changing so dramatically.
Our careers and org structures need to shift too. The silent film actors who couldn't adapt got left behind.
And organizations can't afford to keep cranking out silent movies when the public wants talkies. Which means optimizing not just text, but critically, video content is now essential.
Why is video so crucial now?
It uniquely combines sight, sound, motion. It's inherently more engaging, memorable, shareable than text. Great for complex ideas, product demos, building emotional connections, establishing trust faster.
And the research backs this up strongly.
Definitely. Celia Solsi's Think with Google piece details why video is now central to shopping and decision-making. The challenge isn't just getting noticed, it's being chosen, especially for considered purchases.
And YouTube is key here.
Absolutely key. Not just entertainment, it's a top destination for shoppers researching and comparing. Over 35 billion hours of shopping-related content viewed last year.
Wow, 35 billion hours.
And ads on connected TVs via YouTube drove over 1 billion conversions, demonstrating direct impact on the sales funnel.
That's staggering engagement, and not just general browsing, right? Specific shopping behaviors, too.
Precisely. Salsi's research identifies 7 distinct shopping journeys where video excels due to its adaptability.
Can you walk us through those quickly?
Sure. There's the impulse shopper, triggered by eye-catching video. The passion pursuit shopper needs deep dives like reviews unboxing. The vision to reality shopper uses how-to or makeover videos. The rookie shopper needs educational guides. The quest for the best shopper wants detailed comparisons tests. The buy and try shopper, helped by versatility demos. And the quick fire shopper needs brief, efficient demos.
Okay, so video caters to all these different approaches.
And what's absolutely key across all of them, YouTube's influence cuts down the average online video shopper's journey by 6 days,
6 days. That's incredible efficiency. Video accelerates decision-making.
moves users from interest to purchase much faster. Very tangible bottom line impact.
So video isn't just engagement, it's driving faster decisions. And this new emphasis means we can't stay in our traditional departmental lanes. Silos are out.
You've hit another critical point. Breaking out of organizational silos is essential. Our sources mention a James Allen report on how to get cited by AI. Fascinating stuff.
What did it find?
Remarkably, YouTube was the most cited domain in Google AI overviews, followed by influential blogs like Zabier's and major news sites like PC Mag, Forbes. Together, they accounted for more than half of all citations.
Wow, YouTube #1, that's huge.
And it favored sites with detailed, specialized, deep content, long guides, research over generic homepages. Sites known for expertise, especially finance and healthcare, cited more often.
What about community sites like Reddit or Quora?
Cited less often by AI for authoritative answers, interestingly, despite being popular with users for discussion.
That's a huge signal for content strategy. It's not just human popularity or search volume, but what the AI deems authoritative, trustworthy, factually rich.
Exactly. Which means if you're an SEO or content strategist wanting AI citations, you have to get out of your comfort zone, break down those silos
Connect with video marketing teams.
deeply. Collaborate with digital PR teams, building relationships and placing content on high authority sites. Work with content teams to ensure creation of genuinely deep expert content.
Not just surface-level blog posts.
Right. We need integrated, cross-functional teams, balancing content, social, video, analytics, PR. The days of SEO operating purely alone, focused only on text pages, are rapidly fading. Success requires a holistic, collaborative approach.
Okay, so we've talked about the shift in search, adapting skills, breaking silos, but what about actually measuring success? Are the metrics we use still right, or are some becoming?
Well, vanity metrics.
That's an incredibly important question. We absolutely need to measure tangible outcomes alongside organic search traffic. Some traditional metrics, even some new ones, might be misleading.
Not truly aligned with business goals.
Exactly. The key now is discerning what truly matters for growth and demonstrating real value.
Like this new share of model metric. What's that?
So in a zero-click world, you might be tempted by share of model. It measures how effectively an LLM represents your brand, how well it understands and recommends you based on identity, products, reputation.
That sounds incredibly appealing, like the AI gets your brand and advocates for it, something you'd want to report upstairs. It definitely sounds impressive, right? Our brand has high share of model with ChatGPT. Feels futuristic, like proof you're resonating with the machines.
But you're saying, be careful.
Precisely. Our sources warn that share of model may very well turn out to be a classic vanity metric.
Like ranking for low-intent keywords or low-quality backlinks.
Exactly. Or just tracking social followers or impressions without understanding engagement or sales impact. These metrics look good on a dashboard, give a sense of achievement.
But don't necessarily align with true business outcomes. Actual share of search, market share, revenue.
Right. The AI might understand your brand, but if it's not driving tangible results, it's a beautiful mirage.
So if share of model is a potential pitfall,
Right.
what should we focus on for measuring true brand impact? Credible alternatives.
For measuring brand awareness and consideration, especially for video, our sources strongly advocate for brand lift studies.
Okay, those aren't new, but they're more important now.
Magnified, yes. They're robust, proven, credible. Major platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, LinkedIn, Pinterest, offered them to advertisers meeting certain spend levels.
How do they work again?
They rigorously survey two groups,
Mm-hmm.
users exposed to a campaign and a control group who weren't. Then they measure statistically significant changes in brand awareness, heard of this brand, association, is this brand innovative, and consideration, would you purchase?
So you get hard data on how campaigns genuinely shape audience perception over time.
Exactly. Far more credible, defensible KPIs for senior execs than subjective or unproven metrics. Brand lift directly shows if you're shifting perception, increasing brand standing, desirability, real measurable impact on brand equity.
That sounds much more convincing for the C-suite. But what about website traffic? The SEO bread and butter, is that still reliable with AI overviews?
Critical question for tracking traffic, leads, sales. Requires a serious update to our analytical mindset. For decades, organic search traffic was primary. But with zero-click and AI overviews rising,
We need to re-examine how we read GA4.
fundamentally, our sources cite a fascinating case study. A marketer saw a 28% year-over-year increase in new users. Looks fantastic.
Great result. Right.
But a deeper dive showed organic traffic was actually down 32%, while direct traffic spiked nearly 47%, now making up three-quarters of all new users.
Whoa! More users, less organic. That's incredibly counterintuitive. Something's off.
Exactly, the culprit. Google's AI overviews. When content appeared there and users clicked through, those clicks often weren't passing refer data to GA4.
Why does that happen?
Various technical factors, browser privacy, redirect stripping data, maybe even Google's design choices in handling click-throughs. So search-driven traffic got miscategorized as direct.
Hiding the true source, obscuring the impact of GEO efforts. The digital breadcrumbs get lost.
Leaving you without a clear trail. So how do you adapt GA4 analysis? First, pay less attention to default channel groups.
And focus more on it.
Analyzing top landing pages within your direct traffic segment. See a spike in direct traffic to recent blog posts, product pages, articles optimized for AI overviews. That's likely AI-driven search traffic misattributed. Look for patterns matching your GEO efforts.
Okay, dig deeper into the direct traffic landing pages. What else?
Second, use campaign tagging strategically, more crucial than ever. For any links you proactively share, LinkedIn, Reddit, social use, Google's campaign URL builder to add specific parameters.
So you can track the impact of your organic content and social posts, even if GA4 misses the AI overview refer.
Precisely. Be proactive in data selection to overcome these attribution challenges. Paint a more accurate picture of your true traffic sources.
That's absolutely critical for understanding where efforts pay off, making budget decisions. Be smarter with the data. Don't blindly follow old patterns or default analytics categories.
Exactly. Which leads us to, what does this all mean moving forward? How do we strategically build for this future? The future of search optimization, it really demands a proactive, almost visionary approach. It's about anticipating this next chapter of GEO.
And that chapter belongs to strategists who master the available metrics and recognize the value in unlocking those deeper, elusive insights.
Right. Build on what we know while actively seeking to understand and adapt to what we don't.
So step one is collaboration.
Absolutely. Collaborate to generate successful campaigns. Whether you lead a department or an agency, you need specialized skills now. YouTube SEO, Reddit marketing, digital PR, brand lift surveys.
You can subcontract for these.
Easily. Subcontract to broaden impact immediately.
Yeah.
Then maybe bring capabilities in-house over time, train staff, hire talent. The key is fostering true cross-functional collaboration.
Breaking down walls between content, social, PR, video analytics, get them talking and working together.
Seamlessly. Because the AI draws from all these sources, and your strategy must too.
So it's not just hiring, but also evolving existing teams' skills, lifelong learning as a necessity.
Exactly. The second crucial step? Well, upskilling and reskilling for the future. If you're an SEO or marketing pro, invest in expanding your own skills beyond traditional SEO.
Wow.
Analyze leaderboards like Tubular Labs. See who's winning attention on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Study their tactics. Invest in workshops, courses, video optimization, prompt engineering, social strategy, advanced analytics for new metrics.
It's evolving from a silent film actor to a talky performer.
Perfect analogy. Continuous learning is absolutely necessary to stay relevant and effective.
And finally, leadership needs to be proactive.
Critically, proactive leadership in a shifting landscape. Our sources indicate senior marketers will be reorganizing teams, reviewing agency relationships very soon, maybe this fall, to align with these new journeys.
It's happening now, not some distant future.
Right now, rapidly. The SEOs and marketers who already saw this shift broke out of silos, built connections across video, PR, social. They will be ready to lead.
This is not a time for complacency.
No. It's a critical moment for bold adaptation, strategic foresight, decisive action. Those who act now won't just survive, they'll architect future digital success.
This truly is the next frontier, as Tabling puts it, leveraging measurable signals while pushing boundaries to understand the deeper insights defining future optimization.
It's an exciting, definitely challenging time in digital marketing.
Yeah.
Full of uncertainty, but also immense opportunity.
Wow, what a deep dive that was. We've journeyed through the shifting sands of SEO, from the rise of GEO to the critical need for new metrics, and wow, collaboration.
We really covered some ground.
We've seen SEO isn't dead, it's profoundly transforming, demanding a much more nuanced understanding of influence, attribution, in a world where AI is now central to information discovery.
That's right. The core takeaway for you listening is this. The rules of engagement with search have fundamentally changed. You can't just rely solely on traditional keyword rankings and expect clicks for every query anymore.
Success hinges on being cited by AI.
As a credible source, yeah. Generating meaningful referral traffic, even with zero-click. Owning strong share of voice in AI responses, achieving content prominence within those answers.
And just as importantly, being smarter about measuring success, moving beyond potential vanity metrics like share of model.
To truly understand brand impact, adapting to analytics challenges like that direct traffic anomaly in GA4.
Absolutely. The future belongs to those who adapt quickly, measure effectively with these new signals, and collaborate strategically across content, video, PR.
It's a significant challenge, yes, but also an incredible opportunity to redefine visibility and value in the digital space, shaping how information is found and trusted by both humans and AI.
So as you look at your own digital strategy, here's a thought to mull over. If a generative AI engine were to write an answer to a critical query in your industry,
Would your content be the first source it cites?
and, maybe more importantly, would you even truly know why?
Powerful stuff to think about.
It really is. Thank you for joining us on the deep dive. We hope this has given you a clearer, more actionable path forward in this exciting, evolving world of AI-driven search.
Until next time.
Keep digging for those insights.